Question 1. Which of the following is true regarding the medical payments coverage, Part B, in a personal auto policy, PAP, in Wisconsin? A. It covers medical expenses only for the named insured and family members, regardless of their location during the accident. B. It covers medical expenses for the named insured, family members, and any passengers in the insured vehicle at the time of the accident. C. It provides unlimited medical coverage for any injuries sustained in an auto accident. D. It covers medical expenses for the named insured and family members only if they are injured while driving the insured vehicle. Question 2. David has a personal umbrella policy, PUP, in Wisconsin. If he is found liable for an incident that exceeds his underlying auto insurance limits, how does the umbrella policy respond? A. The umbrella policy will pay for the damages exceeding David's auto insurance limits only if the auto insurance policy's limits are exhausted due to an exclusion. B. The umbrella policy will only pay if the incident was excluded from the auto insurance policy. C. The umbrella policy will cover the excess amount over the underlying auto insurance limits up to the umbrella policy's limit. D. The umbrella policy will not provide coverage if the underlying auto insurance policy has already paid out the maximum limit. Question 3. Sarah owns a home in Wisconsin insured under a HA3 policy. During a winter storm, a tree falls and damages her detached garage. Which coverage part of her homeowner's insurance will respond to this loss? A. Coverage. Dwelling. B. Coverage B. Other structures. C. Coverage C. Personal property. D. Coverage D. Loss of use. Question 4. In Wisconsin, what is the principle of indemnity in an insurance contract? A. It ensures that the insured cannot make a profit from an insurance claim. B. It guarantees that the insurer will always pay the full policy limits in case of a loss. C. It allows the insured to receive double the value of the loss in certain circumstances. D. It permits the insured to transfer the policy to another person without the insurer's consent. Question 5. Under Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP, which of the following scenarios would be covered under liability coverage, Part A? A. The insured damages their own car by hitting a tree. B. The insured is at fault in a collision that injures another driver. C. The insured's car is stolen. D. The insured incurs medical expenses from an accident while driving. Question 6. John has a Wisconsin homeowner's insurance policy, HA3. During a severe thunderstorm, his home's roof is damaged by wind, causing water to leak inside and damage his personal property. Which coverage part would primarily respond to the roof repair? A. Coverage. Dwelling. B. Coverage B. Other structures. C. Coverage C. Personal property. D. Coverage D. Loss of use. Question 7. Which of the following is an OTA factor considered in the underwriting process for a personal auto policy, PAP, in Wisconsin? A. The driving record of the insured. B. The make and model of the insured vehicle. C. The insured's credit history. D. The insured's health condition. Question 8. In Wisconsin, what does the principle of utmost good faith imply in an insurance contract? A. Both parties must act in complete honesty and disclose all material facts. B. The insurer must always provide coverage, regardless of the circumstances. C. The insured can hide minor details as long as the major facts are disclosed. D. The insurer has the right to void the contract at any time without reason. Question 9. Which of the following is typically excluded from a standard Wisconsin homeowner's insurance policy, HO3? A. Fire damage. B. Theft of personal property. C. Flood damage. D. Windstorm damage. Question 10. Mary has a personal articles floater in Wisconsin that covers her valuable jewelry. If she loses her diamond ring while on vacation, how will her policy respond? A. It will cover the loss only if it occurs within the state of Wisconsin. B. It will cover the loss regardless of where it occurs. C. It will not cover the loss because personal articles floaters do not cover jewelry. D. It will only cover the loss if it occurs within her home. Question 11. Under Wisconsin law, which of the following is considered an unfair trade practice in insurance? A. Offering premium discounts for good driving records. B. Failing to acknowledge and act promptly upon communications with respect to claims. C. Using underwriting guidelines to determine risk. D. Requiring proof of loss before paying a claim. Question 12. Which of the following scenarios is covered under Wisconsin's uninsured motorist coverage, Part C? In a personal auto policy, PAP, A. The insured is injured in a hit-and-run accident where the at-fault driver is unknown. B. The insured's vehicle is damaged by a natural disaster. C. The insured's car is stolen from their driveway. D. The insured damages their own car by colliding with a tree. Question 13. Which of the following best describes the role of the Wisconsin Office of the Commissioner of Insurance, OCI? A. The OCI is responsible for setting insurance premium rates. B. The OCI enforces state insurance laws and regulations. C. The OCI provides legal representation to insurance companies. D. The OCI offers insurance policies directly to consumers. Question 14. Under Wisconsin's homeowners insurance policy HA3, which of the following perils is typically covered under coverage C? Personal property, A. Earthquake, B. War, C. Theft, D. Flood. Question 15. Scenario: Mr. Robinson has a Wisconsin homeowners insurance policy HO5. During a severe storm, a power surge damages his home electronics. How will his policy respond? A. It will cover the damages under coverage dwelling. B. It will cover the damages under coverage B. Other structures. C. It will cover the damages under coverage C. Personal property. D. It will not cover the damages as power surges are excluded. Question 16. What is the primary purpose of the Wisconsin personal umbrella policy? A. To cover personal property losses due to theft. B. To provide additional liability coverage above standard policies. C. To replace the primary homeowner's insurance policy. D. To insure valuable items such as jewelry and fine art. Question 17. In Wisconsin, which of the following best describes an insurable interest in an insurance contract? A. The potential to profit from the insurance policy. B. A financial stake in the insured property or person. C. The right to cancel the policy at any time. D. The ability to transfer the policy to another party. Question 18. Which of the following coverages under a Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP, would respond to a situation where the insured's car is stolen and then recovered with significant damage? A. Liability coverage, Part B. Medical payments coverage, Part B. C. Uninsured motorist coverage, Part C. D. Coverage for damage to your auto, Part D. Question 19. Under Wisconsin's National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, which of the following is true about flood insurance coverage? A. It is mandatory for all homeowners in Wisconsin. B. It provides coverage for both the building property and personal property. C. It covers flood damage caused by sewer backups. D. It includes coverage for earthquake damage. Question 20. Which of the following best explains the purpose of underwriting in the Wisconsin personal lines insurance market? A. To eliminate high-risk individuals from obtaining insurance. B. To determine the eligibility and premium rates for insurance applicants. C. To negotiate policy terms directly with claimants. D. To invest premium funds in the stock market. Question 21. In Wisconsin, which of the following is true regarding the duties after an accident or loss? Party. Under a personal auto policy, PAP. A. The insured must always admit fault immediately at the accident scene. B. The insured must notify the insurer promptly of the accident or loss. C. The insured can delay reporting the accident until they receive a police report. D. The insured is not required to cooperate with the insurer's investigation. Question 22. Which of the following is considered a peril insured against under the Wisconsin homeowners insurance policy HA3 coverage? Dwelling. A. Wear and tear. B. Earthquake. C. Vandalism. D. War. Question 23. Scenario: Mr. Smith, a resident of Wisconsin, has an HO3 policy. During a burglary, his expensive watch collection is stolen. How will his policy respond? A. It will cover the full value of the stolen watch collection under coverage C. Personal property. B. It will cover the stolen watch collection up to the policy's sublimit for jewelry. C. It will not cover the stolen watch collection because HO3 policies exclude theft. D. It will cover the stolen watch collection only if an endorsement for jewelry is purchased. Question 24. Under Wisconsin insurance law, which of the following is an example of an unfair claims practice by an insurer? A. Promptly paying claims within the policy limits. B. Offering settlement amounts less than the claim's actual value without justification. C. Investigating a claim before making a payment. D. Requiring the insured to provide proof of loss. Question 25. Which of the following statements is true regarding flood insurance under the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, in Wisconsin? A. Flood insurance is included in standard homeowners insurance policies. B. NFIP policies cover damage from both floods and earthquakes. C. NFIP policies have a standard 30-day waiting period before coverage begins. D. NFIP policies provide unlimited coverage for personal property. Question 26. Which of the following best describes a named peril policy in Wisconsin homeowners insurance? A. A policy that covers all perils except those specifically excluded. B. A policy that covers only the perils specifically listed in the policy. C. A policy that provides unlimited coverage for all types of losses. D. A policy that covers losses caused by any peril occurring in the state. Question 27. Which of the following is true about medical payments coverage? Part B. Under Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP. A. It covers medical expenses of the insured regardless of fault. B. It only covers medical expenses if the insured is at fault. C. It covers medical expenses of passengers, but not the insured. D. It covers medical expenses of the insured's family members living in the household only. Question 28. In Wisconsin, what is the primary purpose of a personal liability endorsement on a homeowner's insurance policy? A. To provide coverage for damage to the insured's own property. B. To extend coverage to additional perils. C. To provide liability coverage for claims made against the insured for bodily injury or property damage. D. To increase the coverage limits for personal property. Question 29. Which of the following is NOT typically covered under a standard Wisconsin homeowners insurance policy? HO3. A. Damage caused by a fire. B. Theft of personal property. C. Water damage from a burst pipe. D. Maintenance-related damage. Question 30. Which of the following is true regarding the subrogation rights of an insurer under Wisconsin insurance law? A. The insurer can sue third parties for damages after paying a claim to the insured. B. The insurer can refuse to pay a claim if the insured does not have a subrogation clause. C. The insured is not required to cooperate with the insurer in pursuing subrogation. D. Subrogation rights allow the insurer to deny all claims. Correct answer. B. It covers medical expenses for the named insured family members and any passengers in the insured vehicle at the time of the accident. Explanation. Medical payments coverage. Part B. Under a personal auto policy, PAP, in Wisconsin typically provides payment for medical and funeral expenses incurred by the named insured family members and any passengers in the insured vehicle at the time of the accident. This coverage applies regardless of fault and is limited to reasonable expenses within the coverage limits specified in the policy. Options A and D are incorrect because coverage extends to passengers in the vehicle, not just the named insured and family members. Option C is incorrect because the coverage is not unlimited. It is subject to the limits specified in the policy. Correct answer. C. The umbrella policy will cover the excess amount over the underlying auto insurance limits up to the umbrella policy's limit. Explanation. A personal umbrella policy, PUP, in Wisconsin provides additional liability coverage that kicks in once the limits of the underlying auto or homeowner's insurance policy are exhausted. This excess liability coverage helps protect against significant claims and lawsuits, ensuring that the insured's assets are protected beyond the standard policy limits. Options A, B, and D are incorrect because the umbrella policy is designed to provide coverage for the excess liability over the underlying policy limits, not just in cases of exclusions or to deny coverage once the primary policy limits are reached. Correct answer. B, coverage B. Other structures. Explanation. under a HA3 homeowners insurance policy in Wisconsin. Coverage B. Other structures provides coverage for structures on the property that are not attached to the main dwelling, such as a detached garage, fence, or shed. In this scenario, since the damage occurred to Sarah's detached garage, coverage B would apply. Coverage is for the main dwelling itself, coverage C is for personal property, and coverage D is for loss of use, which covers additional living expenses if the home is uninhabitable due to covered loss. Correct answer A. It ensures that the insured cannot make a profit from an insurance claim. Explanation. The principle of indemnity is a fundamental concept in insurance that aims to restore the insured to the financial position they were in before the loss occurred, without allowing them to profit from the insurance claim. This principle ensures fairness and prevents moral hazard. Option B is incorrect because the insurer pays only up to the policy limits, not always the full amount. Option C is incorrect as it contradicts the principle of indemnity. Option D is incorrect because transferring a policy typically requires the insurer's consent. Correct answer B. The insured is at fault in a collision that injures another driver. Explanation. Liability coverage, Part A, under a personal auto policy, PAP, in Wisconsin covers damages or injuries the insured is legally responsible for causing to others. This includes bodily injury and property damage to other parties in an accident where the insured is at fault. Option A relates to collision coverage. Option C relates to comprehensive coverage. And Option D relates to medical payments or personal injury protection coverage. Correct answer A. Coverage. Dwelling. Explanation. Coverage. Dwelling in a HA3 policy covers the structure of the home, including the roof. In this case, the primary response for the roof repair would fall under Coverage A. Coverage B applies to detached structures. Coverage C covers personal property, and Coverage D covers additional living expenses if the home becomes uninhabitable due to a covered loss. Correct answer D. The insured's health condition. Explanation. The underwriting process for a personal auto policy, PAP, in Wisconsin considers factors such as the insured's driving record, the make and model of the vehicle, and the insured's credit history to assess risk and determine premiums. The insured's health condition is not typically a factor in auto insurance underwriting. Options A, B, and C are all relevant factors that insurers use to evaluate risk. Correct answer A. Both parties must act in complete honesty and disclose all material facts. Explanation. The principle of utmost good faith requires both the insurer and the insured to act with honesty and disclose all material facts relevant to the insurance contract. This ensures transparency and allows the insurer to accurately assess the risk. Option B is incorrect because coverage is subject to policy terms and conditions. Option C is incorrect because all material facts must be disclosed. Option D is incorrect because the insurer cannot void the contract without reason. Correct answer C. Flood damage. Explanation. Standard homeowners insurance policies, HA3, typically exclude flood damage. Homeowners need to purchase separate flood insurance to be covered for flood-related losses. Fire damage, theft of personal property, and windstorm damage are generally covered under a HA3 policy. Flood insurance can be obtained through the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, or private insurers. Correct answer B. It will cover the loss regardless of where it occurs. Explanation. A personal articles floater provides coverage for valuable items such as jewelry regardless of where the loss occurs. This type of policy offers worldwide coverage, ensuring that items are protected whether the loss happens at home or while traveling. Options A and D are incorrect because the coverage is not location restricted. Option C is incorrect because personal articles floaters specifically cover high-value items like jewelry. Correct answer B. Failing to acknowledge and act promptly upon communications with respect to claims. Explanation. Failing to acknowledge and act promptly upon communications regarding claims is considered an unfair trade practice under Wisconsin law. Insurers are required to handle claims in a timely and fair manner, offering premium discounts for good driving records and using underwriting guidelines or standard practices, not unfair. Requiring proof of loss is a normal procedure in the claims process. Correct answer A. The insured is injured in a hit-and-run accident where the at-fault driver is unknown. Explanation. Uninsured motorist coverage, Part C, provides coverage when the insured is injured by a driver who does not have insurance or in a hit-and-run accident where the at-fault driver is unknown. It does not cover vehicle damage from natural disasters. Covered under comprehensive coverage, also under comprehensive coverage, or damage from colliding with a tree covered under collision coverage. Correct answer. B. The OCI enforces state insurance laws and regulations. Explanation. The Wisconsin Office of the Commissioner of Insurance, OCI, is responsible for enforcing state insurance laws and regulations, ensuring that insurance companies operate fairly and consumers are protected. The OCI does not set premium rates, provide legal representation to insurers, or offer insurance policies directly to consumers. It regulates the industry and oversees compliance with insurance laws. Correct answer. C. Theft. Explanation. Coverage C. Personal property under a Wisconsin HO3 homeowners insurance policy typically covers theft of personal belongings. Earthquakes and floods are generally excluded and require separate policies or endorsements for coverage. War is a common exclusion in all standard insurance policies. Personal property coverage protects against perils such as fire, theft, and vandalism. Correct answer. C. It will cover the damages under coverage C. Personal property. Explanation. An HO5 policy is an open perils policy that covers all risks unless specifically excluded. Coverage C. Personal property would respond to damage caused by a power surge, as it is typically covered unless excluded. Coverage and Coverage B are for the dwelling and other structures, respectively. Power surges are generally covered under personal property coverage in an HO5 policy. Correct answer. B. To provide additional liability coverage above standard policies. Explanation. The primary purpose of a personal umbrella policy is to provide additional liability coverage beyond the limits of underlying policies such as homeowners and auto insurance. It protects against large claims and lawsuits that could exceed the coverage limits of standard policies. It does not cover personal property losses, replace primary insurance, or specifically insure valuable items, which are covered under scheduled personal property endorsements or floaters. Correct answer. B. A financial stake in the insured property or person. Explanation. Insurable interest refers to having a financial stake in the property or person being insured, meaning the policyholder would suffer a financial loss if the insured event occurs. This concept ensures that insurance is used for protection rather than profit. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe insurable interest, which is essential for a valid insurance contract. Correct answer. D. Coverage for damage to your auto, Part D. Explanation. Coverage for damage to your auto, Part D, under a personal auto policy, PAP, includes comprehensive coverage, which protects against theft and damage from non-collision events. In this scenario, comprehensive coverage would respond to the theft and subsequent damage to the recovered vehicle. Liability, medical payments, and uninsured motorist coverages do not apply to this type of loss. Correct answer. B. It provides coverage for both the building property and personal property. Explanation. The National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, provides flood insurance that covers both building property and personal property. Coverage includes structural damage and damage to contents caused by flooding. It is not mandatory for all homeowners, only those in high-risk flood zones with mortgages from federally regulated lenders. Sewer backups and earthquake damage are not covered under the NFIP. Separate coverage is needed for these perils. Correct answer. B. To determine the eligibility and premium rates for insurance applicants. Explanation. Underwriting is the process of evaluating risk and determining the eligibility and premium rates for insurance applicants. It involves assessing the risk profile of potential policyholders to ensure that the insurer can adequately cover potential claims while maintaining profitability. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe the purpose of underwriting, which focuses on risk assessment and pricing. Correct answer. B. The insured must notify the insurer promptly of the accident or loss. Explanation. Under duties after an accident or loss, Part E. In a personal auto policy, PAP, the insured is required to notify the insurer promptly of any accident or loss. This allows the insurer to begin the claims process and investigation. Admitting fault at the scene is not advised. Option A. Delaying reporting is not acceptable, option C, and cooperation with the insurer's investigation is mandatory, option D. Correct answer: C. Vandalism. Explanation: under a HO3 homeowner's insurance policy in Wisconsin, vandalism is considered a covered peril under coverage. Dwelling, wear and tear, option A, and war, option D, are typically excluded. Earthquake coverage, option B, usually requires a separate endorsement or policy. Coverage: dwelling protects the structure of the home from covered perils like vandalism. Correct answer: B. It will cover the stolen watch collection up to the policy's sublimit for jewelry. Explanation: a HO3 policy covers personal property, including theft, under coverage C. Personal property. However, high-value items like jewelry are often subject to sublimits within the policy. To receive full coverage, policyholders may need to purchase a scheduled personal property endorsement or floater. Option A is incorrect due to sublimits. Option C is incorrect as HO3 policies do cover theft. And option D is unnecessary for coverage up to the sublimit. Correct answer: B. Offering settlement amounts less than the claim's actual value without justification. Explanation: offering settlement amounts less than the claim's actual value without justification is considered an unfair claims practice under Wisconsin insurance law. Insurers are expected to handle claims fairly and in good faith. Prompt payment of claims, option A, investigating claims, option C, and requiring proof of loss, option D, are standard and acceptable practices in the claims process. Correct answer: C. NFIP policies have a standard 30-day waiting period before coverage begins. Explanation: the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, typically imposes a standard 30-day waiting period before coverage begins, ensuring that homeowners cannot purchase insurance only when a flood is imminent. Flood insurance is not included in standard homeowners insurance policies. Option A does not cover earthquakes, option B, and has coverage limits for personal property, option D. Correct answer: B. A policy that covers only the perils specifically listed in the policy. Explanation: a named peril policy covers only the perils specifically listed in the policy. If a peril is not named, it is not covered. This contrasts with an open perils of all risk policy, which covers all perils except those explicitly excluded. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe the nature of a named peril policy, which limits coverage to listed risks. Correct answer: A. It covers medical expenses of the insured regardless of fault. Explanation: medical payments coverage, Part B, under a personal auto policy, PAP, covers medical expenses incurred by the insured and passengers in the vehicle, regardless of who is at fault in an accident. This coverage provides payment for necessary medical and funeral expenses up to the policy limits. Options B, C, and D misrepresent the broad applicability of medical payments coverage, which extends to the insured, passengers, and sometimes family members. Correct answer: C. To provide liability coverage for claims made against the insured for bodily injury or property damage. Explanation: the primary purpose of a personal liability endorsement on a homeowner's insurance policy is to provide coverage for claims made against the insured for bodily injury or property damage to others. This endorsement helps protect the insured from financial loss due to lawsuits or liability claims. Options A, B, and D do not accurately reflect the function of a personal liability endorsement, which focuses on third-party claims. Correct answer: D. Maintenance-related damage. Explanation: standard homeowners insurance policies, HO3, do not cover maintenance-related damage. These policies are designed to cover sudden and accidental damage from covered perils such as fire, theft, and water damage from burst pipes. Maintenance issues are considered the homeowner's responsibility and are not covered by insurance. Options A, B, and C are examples of covered perils under a HO3 policy. Correct answer: A. The insurer can sue third parties for damages after paying a claim to the insured. Explanation: subrogation rights allow the insurer to pursue recovery from third parties responsible for causing a loss after paying a claim to the insured. This helps the insurer recoup the costs of the claim. Options B and D are incorrect as subrogation rights do not justify claim denial. Option C is incorrect because the insured is typically required to cooperate with the insurer in subrogation efforts as part of the policy conditions. Question 31. In Wisconsin, What is the primary purpose of the replacement cost value (RCV) endorsement in a homeowner's policy? A. To cover the actual cash value of lost or damaged property. B. To reimburse the insured for the depreciated value of property. C. To cover the cost of repairing or replacing property without deduction for depreciation. D. To provide liability coverage for the insured. Question 32. Which of the following statements about uninsured motorist coverage, Part C, under a Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP, is correct? A. It covers damages caused by a driver with insufficient insurance. B. It covers medical expenses for the insured in the event of a hit-and-run accident. C. It covers damage to the insured's vehicle caused by an uninsured driver. D. It covers the cost of repairing the insured's vehicle regardless of fault. Question 33. What is a key feature of a Wisconsin Personal Articles Floater, PAF? A. It provides liability coverage for the insured. B. It covers property typically excluded under standard homeowners policies. C. It covers business property owned by the insured. D. It includes coverage for flood and earthquake damage. Question 34. Under Wisconsin insurance regulations, which of the following is true about the fair rental value coverage D in a dwelling policy? A. It covers the cost of temporary lodging for the insured. B. It reimburses the insured for a lost rental income if a covered loss makes the property uninhabitable. C. It covers the cost of repairs to the insured property. D. It provides liability coverage for the insured. Question 35. In Wisconsin, which of the following best describes the concept of utmost good faith in insurance? A. The policyholder and insurer must act honestly and not withhold information. B. The policyholder must always agree to the insurer's terms and conditions. C. The insurer must offer the lowest possible premium to the policyholder. D. The policyholder can freely exaggerate claims without repercussions. Question 36. Which of the following is excluded under the Wisconsin Personal Auto Policy, PAP, Part D? Coverage for damage to your auto. A. Theft of the insured vehicle. B. Collision with another vehicle. C. Damage from a flood. D. Mechanical breakdown. Question 37. Scenario: Mrs. Davis, a resident of Wisconsin, has a personal umbrella policy with a $1 million limit. She is sued for $1.2 million after an accident. Her underlying auto insurance covers up to $300,000. How much will the umbrella policy pay? A. $1 million. B. $900,000. C. $1.2 million. D. $300,000. Question 38. What is the purpose of the additional living expense coverage in a Wisconsin dwelling policy? A. To cover the cost of temporary housing if the dwelling becomes uninhabitable due to a covered loss. B. To pay for repairs to the dwelling after a covered loss. C. To cover personal property damaged by a covered loss. D. To provide liability coverage for injuries occurring on the property. Question 39. Which of the following best describes a scheduled personal property endorsement Wisconsin homeowners insurance policy? A. It increases the overall policy limit for all personal property. B. It provides additional coverage for specific high-value items. C. It excludes certain types of personal property from coverage. D. It covers liability claims against the insured. Question 40. Under Wisconsin law, what is a key feature of the Health Maintenance Organization, ATEMO, insurance plan? A. It allows the insured to see any doctor without referrals. B. It requires the insured to use a network of approved providers. C. It provides coverage for out-of-network care without additional costs. D. It reimburses the insured for all medical expenses up to a set limit. Question 41. In Wisconsin, what is the primary purpose of a homeowner's policy, HO, for? A. To provide coverage for the dwelling structure owned by the insured. B. To offer liability protection for rental properties. C. To insure personal property and provide liability coverage for renters. D. To cover flood damage for homeowners. Question 42. Which of the following is true about the Wisconsin personal umbrella policy self-insured retention, sir? A. It is the amount the insured must pay before the umbrella policy provides coverage. B. It is the premium paid for the umbrella policy. C. It is the maximum amount the umbrella policy will pay for a single claim. D. It is the deductible for the underlying auto or homeowner's policy. Question 43. Scenario: Mr. Thompson owns a home insured under a Wisconsin homeowner's policy HA3. Due to a fire, his home becomes uninhabitable, and he moves into a hotel temporarily. Which coverage part of his policy will reimburse him for the hotel expenses? A. Coverage dwelling. B. Coverage B. Other structures. C. Coverage C. Personal property. D. Coverage D. Loss of use. Question 44. What does the reasonable expectation of coverage doctrine in Wisconsin insurance law suggest? A. Insurers must provide coverage beyond what is explicitly stated in the policy. B. Insurers must interpret policy language in favor of the insured. C. Insured should understand the exact terms of their insurance coverage. D. Insurers must always deny claims to maintain profitability. Question 45. Under Wisconsin Personal Auto Policy, PAP, what is the purpose of uninsured underinsured motorist coverage? Part C. To cover damages to the insured's vehicle in a collision. B. To provide liability coverage for the insured's property. C. To cover medical expenses for the insured in a hit-and-run accident. D. To compensate the insured if the at-fault driver has insufficient insurance. Question 46. Which of the following best describes the purpose of a deductible in an insurance policy? A. It reduces the insured's premium payments. B. It limits the total amount of coverage available. C. It represents the maximum amount the insurer will pay for a claim. D. It requires the insured to share in the cost of a loss. Question 47. Under Wisconsin insurance regulations, what is the purpose of the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP? A. To provide flood insurance coverage for all homeowners in Wisconsin. B. To mitigate the risk of flooding through infrastructure projects. C. To establish floodplain management guidelines for local governments. D. To provide affordable flood insurance in flood-prone areas. Question 48. Which of the following statements about personal liability coverage in a Wisconsin homeowner's policy is correct? A. It covers liability claims arising from business activities conducted on the insured property. B. It only covers liability claims made against the insured homeowner. C. It includes coverage for damage to the insured's personal property. D. It excludes coverage for injuries caused by the insured's pets. Question 49. Scenario: Ms. Johnson is involved in an auto accident in Wisconsin where she is at fault. The other driver suffers injuries and property damage. Which coverage under Ms. Johnson's personal auto policy, PAP, would cover these damages? A. Liability coverage, Part of B. Medical payments coverage, Part B. C. Uninsured underinsured motorist coverage, Part C. D. Coverage for damage to your auto, Part D. Question 50. Which of the following is typically covered under a Wisconsin homeowner's policy? HO3, A. Earthquake damage. B. Flood damage. C. Windstorm damage. D. Wear and tear of the insured property. Question 51. Under Wisconsin insurance regulations, what is the purpose of the free look provision in health insurance policies? A. It allows policyholders to cancel their policy within a certain period and receive a full refund of premiums. B. It mandates insurers to provide free health screenings to policyholders. C. It requires insurers to offer discounted premiums to policyholders. D. It allows policyholders to receive medical treatment without upfront payments. Question 52. Which of the following best describes open perils coverage under a Wisconsin homeowner's insurance policy? A. It covers all risks unless specifically excluded in the policy. B. It covers only risks explicitly listed in the policy. C. It covers all risks without any exceptions. D. It covers only risks related to weather events. Question 53. Under Wisconsin insurance law, what does the term indemnity mean in the context of insurance? A. It refers to the insurance company's obligation to pay claims promptly. B. It refers to the process of restoring the insured to the same financial position they were in before a loss occurred. C. It refers to the insurer's right to recover costs from third parties after paying a claim. D. It refers to the maximum amount an insurer will pay for a covered loss. Question 54. Which of the following statements about actual cash value coverage under a Wisconsin homeowner's insurance policy is true? A. It provides coverage for the full replacement cost of damaged property. B. It reimburses the insured for the depreciated value of damaged property. C. It pays the insured an amount equal to the purchase price of the damaged property. D. It only covers property stolen from the insured's home. Question 55. What is the purpose of the underinsured motorist coverage, Part C, under a Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP, to provide coverage for medical expenses of passengers in the insured vehicle? B. To cover the insured's vehicle against damages caused by an underinsured driver. C. To compensate the insured for injuries caused by a driver with insufficient insurance. D. To reimburse the insured for lost wages after an auto accident. Question 56. Scenario: Mr. Smith has a Wisconsin homeowner's policy, HA3, with a coverage limit of $250,000 for the dwelling. Coverage A. A fire causes $200,000 in damage to his home. How much will Mr. Smith receive from his insurance company? A. $0. B. $50,000. C. $200,000. D. $250,000. Question 57. Which of the following is typically covered under a Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP, Part D? Coverage for damage to your auto: A. Mechanical breakdown. B. Damage caused by a flood. C. Collision with another vehicle. D. Stolen personal items from the insured vehicle. Question 58. What is the purpose of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRI, in the context of insurance? A. To ensure fair and accurate credit reporting practices by insurers. B. To regulate the sale and distribution of consumer credit reports. C. To establish guidelines for underwriting insurance policies based on credit scores. D. To provide free credit scores to insurance policyholders upon request. Question 59. Under Wisconsin insurance law, what is the purpose of the Wisconsin Insurance Guarantee Association, WIGA? A. To provide insurance coverage for high-risk individuals. B. To regulate insurance rates and premiums in Wisconsin. C. To protect policyholders in the event of an insurer's insolvency. D. To offer financial assistance to insurance agents and brokers. Question 60. Which of the following is typically covered under a Wisconsin dwelling policy? D. Pit 3. A. Damage caused by earth movement. B. Theft of personal property. C. Personal liability coverage. D. Damage caused by windstorm. Correct answer: C. To cover the cost of repairing or replacing property without deduction for depreciation. Explanation: the replacement cost value RCV endorsement allows the policyholder to be reimbursed for the cost of repairing or replacing damaged property without deducting for depreciation. This endorsement ensures the insured can restore their property to its original condition. Options A and B refer to actual cash value, which includes depreciation, and option D relates to liability coverage, not property replacement. Correct answer: B. It covers medical expenses for the insured in the event of a hit-and-run accident. Explanation: uninsured motorist coverage, Part C, provides coverage for the insured's medical expenses in the event they are injured by a driver who does not have insurance or in a hit-and-run accident. Option A describes underinsured motorist coverage. Option C is incorrect as it covers bodily injury, not vehicle damage. And option D pertains to collision coverage. Correct answer: B. It covers property typically excluded under standard homeowners policies. Explanation: a personal articles floater, PAF, provides coverage for valuable items such as jewelry, furs, and fine art, which are often subject to sublimits or exclusions in standard homeowners policies. This specialized coverage ensures these items are insured for their full value. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe the purpose of a PAF. Correct answer: B. It reimburses the insured for a lost rental income if a covered loss makes the property uninhabitable. Explanation: fair rental value. Coverage D in a dwelling policy reimburses the insured for a lost rental income when a covered loss makes the rental property uninhabitable. This helps landlords cover their financial losses during the repair period. Options A, C, and D do not pertain to lost rental income. Correct answer. A. The policyholder and insurer must act honestly and not withhold information. Explanation. Utmost good faith requires both the policyholder and insurer to act honestly and fully disclose all relevant information. This principle ensures trust and transparency in the insurance contract. Options B, C, and D are incorrect as they do not accurately represent the concept of utmost good faith, which is about honesty and full disclosure. Correct answer. D, mechanical breakdown. Explanation. Part D. Coverage for damage to your auto in a personal auto policy typically excludes mechanical breakdowns, which are considered maintenance issues rather than sudden and accidental events. Theft, collisions, and flood damage are covered under comprehensive and collision coverages. Options A, B, and C are incorrect as they are covered perils under Part D. Correct answer. B, $900,000 explanation. The personal umbrella policy will pay the amount exceeding the underlying auto insurance coverage up to its limit. In this case, the umbrella policy will cover $900,000, $1.2 million, $300,000. Option A is incorrect as it does not account for the underlying policy. Option C exceeds the umbrella policy limit, and option D is covered by the auto insurance. Correct answer. A. To cover the cost of temporary housing if the dwelling becomes uninhabitable due to covered loss. Explanation. Additional living expense coverage E provides funds for temporary housing and other increased living costs if the insured dwelling becomes uninhabitable due to a covered loss. This ensures the policyholder can maintain their standard of living during repairs. Options B, C, and D do not relate to temporary housing costs. Correct answer. B. It provides additional coverage for specific high-value items. Explanation. A scheduled personal property endorsement provides additional coverage for specific high-value items such as jewelry, fine art, or collectibles, often exceeding the standard sublimits in a homeowner's policy. This ensures these items are adequately insured for their full value. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe this endorsement. Correct answer. B. It requires the insured to use a network of approved providers. Explanation. An HMO plan requires the insured to use a network of approved healthcare providers to receive coverage. Referrals from a primary care physician are often needed to see specialists. Options A and C describe preferred provider organizations. PPOS more accurately, and option D does not align with the structure of an HMO. Correct answer. C. To insure personal property and provide liability coverage for renters. Explanation. A HO4 policy, also known as renter's insurance, provides coverage for the renter's personal property and liability protection. It does not cover the structure itself, which is typically the responsibility of the landlord. Options A, B, and D do not accurately describe the primary purpose of an HO4 policy. Correct answer. A. It is the amount the insured must pay before the umbrella policy provides coverage. Explanation. The self-insured retention, sir, in a Wisconsin personal umbrella policy represents the amount the insured must pay out of pocket for covered losses before the umbrella policy starts providing coverage. It acts similar to a deductible but applies specifically to the umbrella policy's excess liability coverage. Options B, C, and D do not accurately describe the purpose or function of the SIR in an umbrella policy. Correct answer. D. Coverage D. Loss of use. Explanation. Coverage D. Loss of use in a Wisconsin homeowner's policy, HO3, reimburses the insured for additional living expenses, including temporary lodging costs when the insured home becomes uninhabitable due to a covered loss such as a fire. Options A, B, and C do not cover temporary living expenses and are related to other types of property coverage. Correct answer. B. Insurers must interpret policy language in favor of the insured. Explanation. The reasonable expectation of coverage doctrine requires insurers to interpret insurance policy language in a way that favors the insured's reasonable expectations of coverage, even if the policy terms are ambiguous or unclear. This doctrine ensures fairness and protects insureds from unexpected claim denials. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe this legal doctrine. Correct answer. D. To compensate the insured if the at-fault driver has insufficient insurance. Explanation. Uninsured underinsured motorist coverage, Part C, under a Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP, is designed to compensate the insured if they are injured by a driver who has insufficient or no insurance coverage. It helps cover medical expenses, lost wages, and other damages when the at-fault party cannot fully compensate the injured party. Options A, B, and C describe other coverages under the PAP. Correct answer. D. It requires the insured to share in the cost of a loss. Explanation. A deductible in an insurance policy requires the insured to pay a specified amount out of pocket before the insurer begins to cover the remaining costs of a claim. This cost-sharing mechanism helps reduce the frequency of small claims and keeps insurance premiums affordable. Options A, B, and C do not accurately describe the purpose of a deductible. Correct answer. D. To provide affordable flood insurance in flood-prone areas. Explanation. The National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, aims to provide affordable flood insurance to property owners, renters, and businesses in flood-prone areas across the United States, including Wisconsin. It helps communities take preventive measures against flooding and encourages the purchase of flood insurance as a means of financial protection. Options A, B, and C do not accurately describe the NFIP's primary purpose. Correct answer. B. It only covers liability claims made against the insured homeowner. Explanation. Personal liability coverage, in a Wisconsin homeowner's policy provides protection against liability claims and lawsuits for bodily injury or property damage caused by the insured homeowner or family members. Option A pertains to business liability. Option C relates to property damage. And option D involves specific exclusions. Correct answer. A liability coverage, Part A. Explanation. Liability coverage, Part A, under MS Johnson's personal auto policy, PAP, would cover the damages to the other driver for injuries and property damage since MS Johnson was at fault in the accident. Options B, C, and D cover other aspects of coverage under the PAP. Correct answer. C, windstorm damage. Explanation. Windstorm damage is typically covered under a Wisconsin homeowner's policy, HO3, as it is considered a covered peril. Options A and B are often excluded and require separate insurance policies, and option D relates to maintenance issues not covered by homeowners insurance. Correct answer. A. It allows policyholders to cancel their policy within a certain period and receive a full refund of premiums. Explanation. The free look provision in health insurance policies in Wisconsin allows policyholders a specified period, typically 10 days, to review their policy after purchase. During this time, they can cancel the policy for any reason and receive a full refund of premiums paid. Options B, C, and D do not accurately describe the purpose of the free look provision. Correct answer. A. It covers all risks unless specifically excluded in the policy. Explanation. Open perils coverage, also known as all risk coverage, insures against all risks of loss unless the policy specifically excludes them. This provides broader coverage compared to named perils policies, which only cover risks explicitly listed in the policy. Options B, C, and D describe different types of coverage. Correct answer. B. It refers to the process of restoring the insured to the same financial position they were in before a loss occurred. Explanation. An insurance indemnity refers to the principle of restoring the insured to the same financial position they were in before a covered loss occurred. This ensures that the insured is compensated for their actual financial loss, not to profit from the insurance claim. Options A, C, and D do not accurately define indemnity. Correct answer. B. It reimburses the insured for the depreciated value of damaged property. Explanation. Actual cash value, see coverage under a Wisconsin homeowner's insurance policy, reimburses the insured for the depreciated value of damaged or stolen property, taking into account wear and tear and age. This differs from replacement cost coverage, which reimburses the insured for the full cost of replacing the damaged property. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe ACV coverage. Correct answer. C. To compensate the insured for injuries caused by a driver with insufficient insurance. Explanation. Underinsured motorist coverage, Part C, under a Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP, compensates the insured for bodily injury damages when they are injured by a driver who has insufficient insurance to cover the full extent of the damages. This coverage helps fill the gap left by the at-fault driver's inadequate insurance coverage. Options A, B, and D describe other coverages under the PAP. Correct answer. C. $200,000 explanation. Mr. Smith will receive $200,000 from his insurance company because it is less than the coverage limit of $250,000 for the dwelling. Coverage A, under his Wisconsin homeowners policy, HA3. Option A is incorrect as the damage amount is within the policy limit. Option B represents the deductible amount. And option D is the policy limit. Correct answer. C. Collision with another vehicle. Explanation. Part D. Coverage for damage to your auto under Wisconsin personal auto policy PAP covers damage resulting from collisions with another vehicle or object, regardless of fault. Options A and B are typically excluded perils, and option D pertains to personal property, which is not covered under Part D. Correct answer. A. To ensure fair and accurate credit reporting practices by insurers. Explanation. The Fair Credit Reporting Act, FRI, regulates how consumer credit information is collected, used, and shared by insurers to ensure fair and accurate credit reporting practices. It protects consumers' rights and privacy concerning their credit information. Options B, C, and D do not accurately describe the purpose of the FCRA and insurance. Correct answer. C. To protect policyholders in the event of an insurer's insolvency. Explanation. The Wisconsin Insurance Guarantee Association, WIGA, protects policyholders in Wisconsin by providing coverage for unpaid claims in the event that an insurance company becomes insolvent and is unable to fulfill its obligations. Options A, B, and D do not accurately describe the purpose of WIGA. Correct answer. D. Damage caused by windstorm. Explanation. A Wisconsin dwelling policy, DPIT 3, typically covers damage caused by windstorm as it is considered a covered peril under this type of policy. Options A, B, and C may require additional coverage or policies as they are not typically included in a E3 policy. Question 61. Which of the following best describes the principle of utmost good faith in Wisconsin insurance contracts? A. Both parties must disclose all relevant facts honestly. B. The insurer must pay all claims regardless of coverage terms. C. The insured must assume all risk without expecting compensation. D. Both parties can withhold information that may affect the policy. Question 62. What is the primary purpose of the insurable interest requirement in Wisconsin insurance policies? A. To prevent policyholders from profiting from insurance. B. To ensure the insured has a financial stake in the insured property or person. C. To limit the amount of coverage available. D. To mandate a minimum level of coverage. Question 63. Which part of a Wisconsin personal auto policy PAP covers medical expenses for the insured and passengers after an accident, regardless of fault? A. Liability coverage, Part of B. Medical payments coverage, Part B. C. Uninsured under insured motorist coverage, Part C. D. Coverage for damage to your auto, Part D. Question 64. Which of the following perils is typically excluded from coverage under a Wisconsin homeowners policy? HO3. A. Fire. B. Windstorm. C. Flood. D. Theft. Question 65. Scenario. Mrs. Garcia has a Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP, and is involved in an accident caused by an uninsured driver. Which coverage part will help pay for her injuries? A. Liability coverage, Part of B. Medical payments coverage, Part B. C. Uninsured motorist coverage, Part C. D. Collision coverage, Part D. Question 66. What is the primary function of the Wisconsin Insurance Commissioner? A. To provide financial assistance to insurers. B. To enforce insurance laws and regulations. C. To set insurance premium rates. D. To underwrite insurance policies. Question 67. Which of the following is a requirement for an insurance contract to be considered legally binding in Wisconsin? A. The insured must have an insurable interest. B. The policy must cover all possible risks. C. The insurer must guarantee profit to the insured. D. The policy must be issued by a foreign insurer. Question 68. Under Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP, which of the following is covered under Part D? Coverage for damage to your auto. A. Theft of personal belongings from the car. B. Damage caused by a collision with another vehicle. C. Medical expenses for the insured driver. D. Liability for injuries to other people. Question 69. Which of the following describes a named perils policy in Wisconsin? A. A policy that covers all risks unless specifically excluded. B. A policy that covers only the perils explicitly listed in the policy. C. A policy that provides unlimited coverage. D. A policy that covers risks related to natural disasters only. Question 70. Scenario: Mr. Anderson's home is insured under a Wisconsin dwelling policy DPIT 3. A tree falls on his detached garage during a windstorm, causing significant damage. Which coverage part will pay for the repairs? A. Coverage. Dwelling. B. Coverage. B. Other structures. C. Coverage. C. Personal property. D. Coverage. D. Fair rental value. Question 71. What is the purpose of an endorsement to ECA Wisconsin insurance policy? A. To limit the coverage provided by the policy. B. To provide additional coverage or modify existing coverage. C. To terminate the policy before its expiration date. D. To increase the policyholder's premium. Question 72. Which of the following best describes the term subrogation in Wisconsin insurance policies? A. The right of the insurer to cancel the policy at any time. B. The process by which an insurer seeks reimbursement from a third party responsible for a loss. C. The obligation of the insured to notify the insurer of a claim. D. The requirement for the insured to pay a deductible before receiving benefits. Question 73. Which of the following is an example of an unfair trade practice in Wisconsin insurance? A. Offering competitive premium rates. B. Denying a claim based on policy terms. C. Misrepresenting policy benefits to potential customer. D. Providing prompt claim settlement. Question 74. What is the primary purpose of an insurance deductible in Wisconsin policies? A. To reduce the insurer's liability. B. To eliminate small claims. C. To increase the insurer's profit margin. D. To provide full coverage for all claims. Question 75. Under Wisconsin insurance law, what does twisting refer to? A. Charging excessive premiums for a policy. B. Using high-pressure sales tactics to sell a policy. C. Replacing an existing insurance policy with a new one through misrepresentation. D. Refusing to pay a valid claim. Question 76. Scenario: Ms. Thompson has a Wisconsin homeowner's policy, HA3. Her personal property is stolen while she is traveling abroad. Under which coverage part would her policy provide reimbursement for the stolen items? A. Coverage. Dwelling. B. Coverage. B. Other structures. C. Coverage. C. Personal property. D. Coverage. D. Loss of use. Question 77. What is the purpose of the Wisconsin Insurance Security Fund? A. To provide loans to struggling insurance companies. B. To pay claims of policyholders when an insurer becomes insolvent. C. To regulate insurance premiums in Wisconsin. D. To offer reinsurance to insurance companies. Question 78. Which of the following describes the coinsurance clause commonly found in Wisconsin property insurance policies? A. A clause that splits the cost of a claim between the insurer and the insured. B. A provision that requires the insured to pay a percentage of the claim amount. C. A requirement that the insured must carry insurance equal to a specified percentage of the property value to receive full coverage. D. A clause that limits coverage to a specific dollar amount. Question 79. Which type of insurance policy would best suit a Wisconsin resident who wants additional liability coverage beyond the limits of their homeowners and auto policies? A. Personal auto policy, PAT. B. Homeowners policy, HO3. C. Personal umbrella policy. D. Dwelling policy, DPIT 3. Question 80. What is the main difference between replacement cost coverage and actual cash value? A. coverage in a Wisconsin homeowner's insurance policy. A. Replacement cost coverage pays for the depreciated value of the property. B. ACV coverage pays for the cost to replace the property with new materials of like kind and quality. C. Replacement cost coverage pays for the full cost to replace the property without deduction for depreciation. D. ACV coverage provides unlimited coverage for any loss. Question 81. Scenario: Mr. Lee owns a condominium in Wisconsin and wants to purchase insurance to cover his unit and personal property. Which type of policy is most appropriate for his needs? A. Homeowner's policy, HO3. B. Dwelling policy, DPIT 3. C. Condominium unit owner's policy, HO6. D. Personal umbrella policy. Question 82. Under Wisconsin insurance law, which of the following is required to be disclosed to policyholders when selling a life insurance policy? A. The expected profit margin for the insurer. B. The insurance company's investment strategy. C. The policy's cash value and surrender charges. D. The names of all beneficiaries. Question 83. What does the term hazard refer to in the context of Wisconsin insurance? A. The actual cause of a loss. B. The financial loss suffered by the insured. C. A condition that increases the chance of a loss. D. The amount of coverage provided by the policy. Question 84. Which of the following best describes waiver Wisconsin insurance policy context? A. A clause that extends a coverage period. B. The voluntary relinquishment of a known right by the insurer. C. A policy that covers all possible perils. D. A reduction in the premium amount. Question 85. Scenario: Ms. Johnson rents an apartment in Wisconsin and wants to protect her personal property and liability. Which type of insurance policy should she purchase? A. Homeowner's policy, HO3. B. Renter's insurance policy, HO4. C. Dwelling policy, DPIT 3. D. Personal auto policy, PAT. Question 86. Which of the following describes rebating in the context of Wisconsin insurance law? A. Offering a lower premium for a longer policy term. B. Providing a discount to all policyholders. C. Returning part of the agent's commission or premium to the insured as an inducement to purchase the policy. D. Charging higher premiums for high-risk individuals. Question 87. What is the main purpose of the incontestability clause in Wisconsin life insurance policies? A. To allow policyholders to contest the terms of the policy at any time. B. To prevent insurers from voiding the policy after a certain period, except for fraud. C. To limit the amount payable under the policy. D. To provide a grace period for premium payments. Question 88. Under Wisconsin insurance law, what must an insurer provide when denying a claim? A. A detailed explanation of the denial, including the specific policy provisions involved. B. A refund of all premiums paid. C. The names of all parties involved in processing the claim. D. An offer of a settlement. Question 89. Which of the following types of insurance protects Wisconsin businesses from financial losses due to employee theft? A. Business owner's policy, BOP. B. Commercial general liability, CGL, policy. C. Commercial crime insurance. D. Workers' compensation insurance. Question 90. Scenario: Mr. Patel's Wisconsin homeowner's insurance policy includes a $500 deductible for property damage. If a covered loss results in $3,000 in damages to his home, how much will the insurer pay? A. $3,000. B. $2,500. C. $2,000. D. $500. Correct answer: both parties must disclose all relevant facts honestly. Explanation: the principle of utmost good faith in insurance contracts requires both the insurer and the insured to act honestly and disclose all relevant information. This ensures that both parties have the necessary information to make informed decisions. Options B, C, and D misrepresent this principle. Correct answer: B. To ensure the insured has a financial stake in the insured property or person. Explanation: the insurable interest requirement ensures that the insured has a financial interest in the property or person being insured. This prevents moral hazard and discourages policyholders from insuring something or someone in which they have no financial stake. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe the purpose of insurable interest. Correct answer. B. Medical payments coverage, Part B. Explanation: medical payments coverage, Part B, under Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP, covers medical expenses for the insured and passengers, regardless of who is at fault in an accident. Options A, C, and D pertain to other types of coverage under the PAP. Correct answer. C. Flood. Explanation: flood is typically excluded from coverage under a Wisconsin homeowners policy, HO3, and requires a separate flood insurance policy. Options A, B, and D are generally covered perils under an HO3 policy. Correct answer. C. Uninsured motorist coverage, Part C. Explanation: uninsured motorist coverage, Part C, under Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP, helps pay for injuries sustained by the insured when involved in an accident caused by an uninsured driver. Options A, B, and D do not specifically address this scenario. Correct answer. B, to enforce insurance laws and regulations. Explanation: the primary function of the Wisconsin Insurance Commissioner is to enforce insurance laws and regulations to ensure that insurers operate fairly and comply with state laws. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe the Commissioner's primary function. Correct answer. A, the insured must have an insurable interest. Explanation: for an insurance contract to be legally binding in Wisconsin, the insured must have an insurable interest in the subject of the insurance. This ensures that the insured has a legitimate financial stake in the insured property or person. Options B, C, and D are not requirements for a legally binding insurance contract. Correct answer. B, damage caused by a collision with another vehicle. Explanation, Part D. Coverage for damage to your auto under Wisconsin personal auto policy, PAP, covers damage caused by a collision with another vehicle. Options A, C, and D are covered under different parts of the PAP. Correct answer. B, a policy that covers only the perils explicitly listed in the policy. Explanation: a named perils policy covers only the perils explicitly listed in the policy. This contrasts with an open perils policy, which covers all risks unless specifically excluded. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe a named perils policy. Correct answer. B, coverage B. Other structures. Explanation: coverage B. Other structures under Wisconsin dwelling policy, DPIT 3, covers damage to detached structures on the insured property such as a garage, caused by covered perils like windstorms. Options A, C, and D pertain to different types of coverage under the DPIT 3 policy. Correct answer. B, to provide additional coverage or modify existing coverage. Explanation: an endorsement in a Wisconsin insurance policy is used to provide additional coverage or modify existing coverage terms. It allows for customization of the policy to better meet the insured's needs. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe the purpose of an endorsement. Correct answer. B, the process by which an insurer seeks reimbursement from a third party responsible for a loss. Explanation: subrogation in insurance policies allows the insurer to seek reimbursement from a third party responsible for a loss after the insurer has paid the insured's claim. This helps prevent the insured from recovering twice for the same loss. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe subrogation. Correct answer. C, misrepresenting policy benefits to a potential customer. Explanation: misrepresenting policy benefits to a potential customer is considered an unfair trade practice in Wisconsin insurance. This includes making false statements or omissions that mislead consumers. Options A, B, and D describe legitimate insurance practices. Correct answer. B, to eliminate small claims. Explanation: an insurance deductible serves to eliminate small claims by requiring the insured to pay a specified amount out of pocket before the insurer covers the remaining costs. This helps keep insurance premiums affordable and encourages policyholders to avoid minor claims. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe the purpose of a deductible. Correct answer. C, replacing an existing insurance policy with a new one through misrepresentation. Explanation: Twisting refers to the unethical practice of replacing an existing insurance policy with a new one by misrepresenting or omitting information to the policyholder. This practice is prohibited by Wisconsin insurance law. Options A, B, and D describe other unethical or illegal practices but are not twisting. Correct answer. C. Coverage C. Personal property. Explanation. Coverage C. Personal property under Wisconsin homeowners policy HO3 provides coverage for personal property, including theft, even when the insured is traveling. Options A, B, and D pertain to other types of coverage under the HO3 policy. Correct answer. B. To pay claims of policyholders when an insurer becomes insolvent. Explanation. The Wisconsin Insurance Security Fund pays claims of policyholders when an insurance company becomes insolvent and cannot fulfill its obligations. This protects policyholders from financial loss due to insurer insolvency. Options A, C, and D do not describe the purpose of the fund. Correct answer. C. A requirement that the insured must carry insurance equal to a specified percentage of the property value to receive full coverage. Explanation. The coinsurance clause in Wisconsin property insurance policies requires the insured to carry insurance equal to a specified percentage, usually 80% or 90% of the property's value to receive full coverage for partial losses. If the insured fails to meet this requirement, they may receive a reduced payment. Options A, B, and D do not accurately describe coinsurance. Correct answer. C. Personal umbrella policy. Explanation. A personal umbrella policy provides additional liability coverage beyond the limits of underlying policies like homeowners and auto insurance. This extra coverage can protect against large claims or lawsuits. Options A, B, and D are types of primary insurance policies and do not offer this extended liability protection. Correct answer. C. Replacement cost coverage pays for the full cost to replace the property without deduction for depreciation. Explanation. Replacement cost coverage pays for the full cost to replace damaged or lost property with new materials of like kind and quality without deducting for depreciation. Actual cash value, ACV, coverage, on the other hand, pays for the depreciated value of the property. Options A, B, and D do not accurately describe these coverages. Correct answer. C. Condominium Unit Owner's Policy, HO6. Explanation. A condominium unit owner's policy, HO6, is designed to cover the unit, personal property, and liability of condominium owners. Options A and B are for single-family homes and rental properties, respectively, while option D is additional liability coverage, not specific to condominiums. Correct answer. C. The policy's cash value and surrender charges. Explanation. When selling a life insurance policy, insurers must disclose the policy's cash value and surrender charges, ensuring that policyholders are fully informed about the financial aspects of the policy. Options A, B, and D are not typically required disclosures. Correct answer. C. A condition that increases the chance of a loss. Explanation. In insurance, hazard refers to a condition or situation that increases the likelihood or severity of a loss. Hazards can be physical, moral, or morale. Options A, B, and D describe different aspects of insurance but not hazards. Correct answer. C. A condition that increases the chance of a loss. Explanation. In insurance, hazard refers to a condition or situation that increases the likelihood or severity of a loss. Hazards can be physical, moral, or morale. Options A, B, and D describe different aspects of insurance but not hazards. Correct answer. B. The voluntary relinquishment of a known right by the insurer. Explanation. A waiver in an insurance context refers to the insurer's voluntary relinquishment of a known right, such as the right to deny a claim based on a policy exclusion. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe a waiver. Correct answer. B. Renter's insurance policy, HO4. Explanation. A renter's insurance policy, HO4, is designed for tenants to cover their personal property and liability. Options A and C are for homeowners and rental properties, respectively, while option D is for auto coverage. Correct answer. C. Returning part of the agent's commission or premium to the insured as an inducement to purchase the policy. Explanation. Rebidding involves returning part of the agent's commission or premium to the insured as an inducement to purchase the policy, which is illegal in many states, including Wisconsin. Options A, B, and D describe other aspects of premium pricing but not rebidding. Correct answer. B, to prevent insurers from voiding the policy after a certain period, except for fraud. Explanation. The incontestability clause in Wisconsin life insurance policies prevents insurers from voiding the policy after it has been in force for a specified period, usually 2 years, except in cases of fraud. This provides policyholders with greater security. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe the incontestability clause. Correct answer. A detailed explanation of the denial, including the specific policy provisions involved. Explanation. When denying a claim, Wisconsin insurance law requires the insurer to provide a detailed explanation of the denial, including the specific policy provisions involved. This ensures transparency and helps the policyholder understand the reason for the denial. Options B, C, and D are not required when denying a claim. Correct answer. C. Commercial crime insurance. Explanation. Commercial crime insurance protects businesses from financial losses due to employee theft, fraud, and other crimes. Options A and B cover other types of business risks, while option D provides benefits to employees for work-related injuries. Correct answer. B. $2,500 explanation. With a $500 deductible, Mr. Patel would be responsible for paying the first $500 of the $3,000 loss. The insurer would then pay the remaining $2,500. Options A, C, and D do not accurately reflect the deductible's impact on the claim payment.